Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. Davey always believed in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Those were the words of Darryl Strawberry, capturing the quiet confidence and steady hand that defined Davey Johnson's leadership. Davey Johnson passed away at the age of 82 after a long illness, surrounded by his beloved wife Susan in Sarasota, Florida. A four-time All-Star and two-time World Series champion as a player, Johnson was a force on the field with the Baltimore Orioles and later with the Atlanta Braves. His 43 home run season in 1973 is still remembered as one of the most unexpected power surges in second base history, a moment made even more memorable as he shared the lineup with Hank Aaron. But it was from the dugout that Davey made his greatest mark. In 1986, he guided the New York Mets through a thrilling season, capped by a legendary World Series win over the Red Sox. That team, rowdy and talented, found a calm, brilliant leader in Johnson. He finished with the best managerial record in Mets history. Across 17 seasons, he led 5 MLB teams, taking 4 of them to the postseason. He was twice named Manager of the Year, yet never lost the ability to connect with his players or see potential others had missed. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer called him a friend, teammate, and confidant. To fellow coaches and countless players, Johnson was more than a manager. He was a mentor. He treated young talent with belief, veterans with respect, and the clubhouse with care. His approach combined deep analytical thinking with heartfelt leadership. Long before analytics became the norm, Johnson embraced data and strategy, yet he never forgot the human side of the game. Even as health challenges mounted late in life, he faced them with the same quiet toughness he showed during his decades in baseball. He remained a voice of encouragement and wisdom. Davey Johnson leaves behind a legacy of winning, mentoring, and passion for the game. He touched generations and leaves the sport better than he found it. Tributes to Davey Johnson. Number 5. Science advances one fact at a time, but it's the courage to act on them that shapes the future. These words, often echoed by those he mentored, capture the spirit of David Baltimore, a visionary who transformed how we understand life at its most fundamental level. David Baltimore, who passed away peacefully at 87, devoted his life to pushing the boundaries of molecular biology. A brilliant mind and fearless pioneer, he forever changed the course of science with a discovery that rewrote biology textbooks. His work on reverse transcriptase, revealing how retroviruses can convert RNA into DNA, was a scientific turning point. That breakthrough earned him a Nobel Prize and opened new doors in cancer research, immunology, and our understanding of HIV. Through more than 6 decades, Baltimore's impact reached far beyond the lab. He founded world-class research centers, led institutions like Caltech and Rockefeller University, and shaped landmark science policy from genetic research to national AIDS strategy. But those who knew him best speak not just of his intellect, but his heart. Colleagues remember his rigorous honesty, fierce support for young scientists, and deep belief in knowledge as a public good. As faculty at MIT and founding director of the Whitehead Institute, he mentored countless researchers who now lead labs around the world. Throughout his career, he remained a powerful voice for science as a force for progress. Whether sitting on advisory committees or writing policy guidelines, Baltimore upheld ethics and responsibility, even when the path was uncertain. His loss is deeply felt, but his legacy is a gift that endures. In every lab studying immune defense, every researcher decoding viral genetics, and every student inspired by his work. David Baltimore's influence on science is immeasurable, said one colleague. He knew how to see around corners, and he never turned away from hard questions. He passed away from natural causes, surrounded by loved ones. He is survived by his family, friends, students, and a community forever shaped by his work and spirit. Tributes to David Baltimore. Number 4. It isn't about what people say years later, Ruth Paine once shared quietly. It's about doing the right thing at the time. Ruth Paine, who passed away peacefully at 92, will be remembered not only for where history placed her, but for the grace with which she stood there. A devoted Quaker, mother, and educator, her life intersected with a moment that changed America forever. In the early 1960s, Ruth opened her home in Irving, Texas to Marina Oswald and her children, offering support to a young mother in need. It was an act of kindness rooted in her values, simple, sincere, and without conditions. She couldn't have known that her suburban home would become part of one of the most scrutinized chapters in modern history. When Lee Harvey Oswald, Marina's estranged husband, used that same garage to store the rifle later tied to President John F. Kennedy's assassination, Ruth became an unexpected witness to history. Her calm, thoughtful cooperation with investigators set her apart. She answered over 5,000 questions before the Warren Commission, more than any other witness. Ruth stood firmly behind the facts, even as conspiracy theories swirled for decades. Despite years of scrutiny and misunderstanding, those who knew Ruth saw her unwavering compassion. She lived her life committed to peace, education, and honesty, never seeking recognition, yet offering her story when it helped understanding. Documentaries and museum exhibits in recent years reframed Ruth's role, not as someone to blame, but as someone who quietly stood for truth. Her home still stands today as a museum, a symbol of a community caught in the crosscurrents of history. She carried the weight of other people's doubts, but never undermined her courage. A former colleague once said, "Ruth simply refused to be anything but honest." Ruth Paine died of natural causes, surrounded by love. She is survived by her children, family, and a grateful community that honors not just what she witnessed, but how she lived. She faced unimaginable pressure with patience, and did what she believed was right, even when the world questioned her. That's Ruth's quiet legacy, one defined not by drama, but by decency. Tributes to Ruth Paine. Be yourself and turn it up. That attitude defined Bruce "Loose" Calderwood, on stage and in life. The fearless frontman of San Francisco's notorious punk band Flipper, Bruce brought a thunderous voice and a wild heart to music that defied every rule. He passed away in early September 2025 at 66 from an apparent heart attack, but his voice still echoes through amps and headphones across the world. Bruce didn't just sing songs, he dragged them from the gut, pulling listeners into Flipper's noisy, gritty world. Alongside co-founder Will Shatter, Bruce helped create one of punk's most unpredictable and powerful sounds. Slowed down, bass-heavy, abrasive, and daring, Flipper dared to zag when everyone else zigged. Albums like Album, Generic Flipper, and Gone Fishin' became underground anthems. Tracks like Ha 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 and Sex Bomb weren't just songs, they were sonic revolutions. Bruce's raw energy influenced bands like Nirvana, The Melvins, and Jane's Addiction. Kurt Cobain wore flipper shirts not as fashion, but as a badge of honor. Bruce stayed with Flipper for nearly 4 decades, guiding its unruly torch through shifting punk eras. Even when he stepped back in 2015, his legend kept growing. Artists who once listened in awe now shared the stage under his shadow. But Bruce's impact wasn't just musical. He was known for his humor, his fierce honesty, and his refusal to fake anything, on or off the stage. He made space for weirdos, outcasts, and truth-tellers. "He lived what he screamed," said one longtime bandmate. There was never a line between Bruce and the music. Tributes have poured in from fans, musicians, and friends, remembering Bruce as a true original, someone who shaped punk's spine and inspired countless to be unapologetically themselves. Bruce Luce is survived by those who loved him, listened to him, and learned from him. His legacy isn't just in records, it's in every artist built from guts instead of gloss. He never sold out, never turned it down. The world of music is louder, stranger, and freer because Bruce Luce lived. Tributes to Bruce Luce. There's no substitute for hard work. You give your best, every play, every day. These words, often spoken by G.A. Moore, define the way he lived, coached, and inspired. G.A. Moore, legendary Texas high school football coach, passed away at the age of 86. He died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. Moore's name has long been woven into the fabric of Texas high school football. With 426 wins over 44 seasons, he once stood as the winningest coach in Texas football history. His journey began at Bryson High School and stretched across generations at Pilot Point, Salina, Sherman, and Aubrey. He led teams to 8 state titles, 6 outright and 2 shared, crafting powerhouse programs built on discipline, heart, and belief. Salina's 4 straight championships from the late 90s to early 2000s remain one of the sport's most impressive feats. His back-to-back titles with Pilot Point in the early 80s are still remembered by fans statewide. But it wasn't just the trophies that defined him. It was the people. He mentored thousands. He saw the potential in teenagers and shaped them into better athletes and even better adults. His unwavering commitment to character and humility kept him respected in every corner of the state. Those who knew him best often speak of his quiet kindness. His locker room speeches didn't just talk about winning, they spoke of life, values, and perseverance. After news of his passing, tributes poured in. Dave Campbell's Texas Football called him a titan, whose legacy will remain part of the game forever. Former players remembered more than the victories. They remembered the man who believed in them before they believed in themselves. G.A. Moore was more than a coach to his teams. He was a guide, a mentor, and a steady hand through both wins and losses. His family, his players, and a state full of football fans now carry forward the lessons he lived by. His legacy won't fade. The fields may grow quiet, but the lives he shaped continue to carry his spirit. Tributes to G.A. Moore. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Let's take a moment to send our warmest wishes to Broadway favorite Billy Porter, who recently had to step away from his lead role in Cabaret due to a serious illness. Billy, age 55, was shining as the iconic MC at the August Wilson Theater before doctors advised him to focus on rest and recovery after a bout of sepsis. While fans will surely miss him in the final weeks, producers have assured everyone that Billy is on track for a full recovery. The beloved revival of Cabaret will now close its doors a bit earlier than planned, wrapping up on September 21st after an impressive run filled with unforgettable performances and memories. Billy's extraordinary talent and passion left an indelible mark on this production, and he's sure to be remembered as one of the most remarkable MCs to take the stage. As Cabaret's curtains prepare to fall, the company invites everyone to celebrate this legacy and the resilience of its incredible cast. Wishing Billy a swift return to the spotlight, his luminous presence will always be cherished on Broadway. News 2. Here's a charming story from the lighter side of Hollywood. Beloved Saturday Night Live alum Kate McKinnon, now 41, recently opened up about an unusual but entirely harmless health condition called geographic tongue. In a candid interview, Kate shared that she discovered the condition when she took a photo of her tongue and sent it to a fellow actor friend. Turns out, they both have it. Geographic tongue creates smooth reddish patches on the tongue that can shift around, making the surface look a bit like a world map. Though it might sound a little quirky, this condition is harmless and doesn't require any treatment. Kate, ever the comedian, joked that she and her friend even brag about how geographic their tongues are from time to time. Kate has always been open and lighthearted about life's little surprises, bringing not just laughter but reassurance to fans who experience the same thing. It's little stories like these that remind us everyone, celebrities included, has their own unique traits, and it's perfectly okay to embrace them. Hats off to Kate for her honesty and sense of humor. She continues to inspire by celebrating what makes each of us one of a kind. News 3. Imagine waking up one morning looking in the mirror and seeing one side of your face suddenly drooping, eyebrow, eyelid, and mouth all refusing to move. That's exactly what happened to Sophia, a vibrant 28-year-old from Maryland, when she was unexpectedly struck by Bell's palsy, a form of facial paralysis that can appear overnight. Sophia documented her journey on TikTok, quickly gaining thousands of supportive followers who watched as she navigated the challenges of speaking, eating, and even smiling. Instead of retreating from the spotlight, Sophia shared every step of her recovery, educating others about this startling condition and the power of persistence. With encouragement from her loved ones and the online community, Sophia tackled her physical therapy exercises daily, celebrating even the smallest victories, like winking or sipping from a straw without trouble. Over several months, her progress inspired countless others, especially those who may have felt isolated by similar health scares. Today, Sophia's smile is as bright as ever, not just because her face has healed, but because she's helped to shine a light on Bell's palsy and the importance of resilience and openness. Her story reminds us that, no matter our age, we can find strength in unexpected places and support in the unlikeliest of communities. News 4. If you remember the golden days of Southern cooking on TV, Paula Deen's story is one that stirred the hearts of millions. Born in Georgia, Paula built her empire from almost nothing, starting out with just $200 in her pocket and a dream, making homemade bag lunches for her neighbors alongside her sons. Her charm and buttery recipes led her to open the Lady & Sons restaurant, which became a beloved staple and launched her into television fame. Yet, as many folks who've watched her journey know, Paula's career took a turbulent turn back in 2013 after a lawsuit brought painful revelations from her past. The details, while tough for many, led to her stepping away from the limelight and the closure of some iconic restaurants, all while her sponsorships and TV shows faded away. Through it all, Paula never stopped cooking or sharing her love of food. Today, at 78, she still appears on TV, runs family-style restaurants, and shows up for her fans with heartfelt cooking segments. Paula says she never wanted to be remembered for a misstep, but rather for the kindness and warmth she brought into homes across America. No matter the highs and lows, Paula Deen's story is ultimately one of resilience, family, and the power of starting again. Her legacy in Southern cuisine continues to bring people together, reminding us all of simpler moments, cozy kitchens, and the timeless comfort of sharing a meal. News 5. It's truly moving to see the power of family and community when life takes an unexpected turn. Erin Bates Payne, the beloved 33-year-old mom of 7 from the cherished show Bringing Up Bates, has been facing a challenging journey after welcoming her youngest son, Henry, on August 25th. Erin experienced a longer, more intense labor, followed by a severe infection that led to septic shock, even resulting in a serious seizure. Throughout this ordeal, her devoted husband Chad, their children, and Erin's close-knit family, including her 18 siblings, have rallied around her, grateful for every message of support and prayer sent their way. There's comfort in knowing that even during difficult times, love shines brightest, and Erin's family continues to celebrate the arrival of little Henry, described as their angel baby. As Erin recovers, the outpouring of kindness reminds us all how deeply we can care for one another. Erin's strength, her family's faith, and the community's encouragement will be remembered as a testament to resilience and hope, lighting the way forward as she heals. News 6. It's not every day that the internet comes together to celebrate a life as cherished as Mimi, the beloved grandmother of TikTok sensation Gooby Gubby, whose real name is Jake Kind. At 87, Mimi became an unexpected online star, warming hearts across the world with her wit and wisdom. In a touching and innovative twist, Mimi herself recorded a final video message to her fans before her peaceful passing, ensuring that her joyful spirit would live on in the memories of millions. While her absence will certainly be felt by Jake and their legion of online friends, Mimi's laughter, grace, and gentle strength will be remembered fondly by all who followed her journey. Let's keep celebrating the love and connection she brought to so many, reminding us that family bonds and sweet memories truly endure. Number 1. My blood is clotting, and I'm yet to figure out what is causing this. I hope everything turns out great. These were the words Osanju Frimpong Elvis bravely shared with his followers, a glimpse into his fight and his hope. Osanju passed away at just 23 after a courageous battle with a blood-related illness. The world lost more than a content creator. We lost a light that fueled laughter, connection, and honesty. Known across Ghana and beyond for his TikTok videos, Osanju made people laugh with his comedic takes on daily life. But it was his vulnerability that set him apart. He wasn't afraid to show the pain behind the smile, and in doing so, helped others feel less alone. He began creating videos as a teenager, armed with humor, creativity, and passion. His following grew quickly. People didn't just watch Osanju, they connected with him. He spoke openly about his symptoms, raised funds for his treatment through his platform, and sincerely thanked every fan who helped him get the medicine he needed. In his short life, Osanju showed immense strength. While viewers laughed at his sketches, behind the scenes he was in and out of hospitals. Yet every post carried his signature joy and warmth. His courage in the face of illness became part of his legacy, one of truth, grace, and grit. Moments before his passing, he posted a light-hearted video watching his favorite football team, Barcelona. Hours later, the news broke. Tributes flooded social media. A fan wrote, "He made millions laugh, but behind the camera, he fought battles no one could see." Osanju's story is a reminder of how powerful honesty can be. He inspired a generation of creators to be real, unapologetically themselves. Through laughs, struggles, and every comment he replied to, Osanju touched lives. He is survived by his family, and though details remain private, their loss is one shared by countless others who felt a connection to him. Osanju Frimpong Elvis didn't just create videos, he changed how people see themselves and each other. His voice, kindness, and spirit will live on in the hearts of everyone he reached. Tributes to Osanju. forever happy together. That's how the turtles described him, and those words say it all. Mark Volman brought smiles, laughter, and unforgettable music to millions.